Good morning. Welcome to the 2021 Winter Wheat Meeting. My name is Dr. Jordan Shockley, Associate Extension Professor, here to discuss the economics of the winter wheat crop for 2021. Today's discussion, we're going to touch on wheat marketing, looking at current futures prices as of December 17th. We're going to discuss some returns to storage and then quickly touch on a wheat management strategy for improved profits for the 2021 wheat crop. So if we look at where we are today as of December 14th, if you look back at mid-September, prices of wheat actually started to increase pretty drastically over concerns of tightening global supplies, up to about, peak at roughly $6.30 a bushel around mid-October. And then actually prices started to decrease a little bit after reports of Russia increasing their grain export quota, along with good cropping conditions in the U.S. and actually bumper crops of wheat in Australia and Canada. And so as of Friday, the new WASDE report came out and reported slightly smaller supplies of U.S. wheat and looking at higher exports leading to lower ending stocks, which led to this price rally we've seen over late Friday, early today on December 14th. In those reports, they also had world consumption increasing, led by China and Pakistan, really driving those imports and purchases of wheat. So there looked to be, if you capitalized, excellent pricing for our 2021 wheat crop. If you were able to capture that above $6 mark, that the markets provided, put you in a great position coming into 2021. Now, if we look at prices, again, we are well above the 3-year average for wheat prices, some that we haven't seen in a decade. So again, very good pricing opportunities here, which is set well for profitability for 2021 wheat. Couple that with historical positive basis, especially for holding some grain locally, roughly 10 to 20 cents above positive basis there at some of our local elevators here. Here we have Hopkinsville Elevator and Christian County Grain. I know a lot of our folks do sell to our Seymour Milling, and so I don't have that data currently available to me, but I provided some comparables here at Hopkinsville in Christian County. So looks like we're going to have great prices. Couple that with positive local basis, and if you look back in time since 2015. This is some data from our Kentucky Farm Business Analysis program from the PENNYROYAL region. We've had pretty great gross returns to storage. That's that bottom number right there. And the 5-year average, looking at roughly 42 cents returns to storage, but all the way peaking at 2016 of almost $1.20. And so it looks like we're going to have some favorable prices again with some opportunities to store. So given that, really understanding your cost of production, especially going into this cropping season with favorable prices, it really looks like profitability is going to be very optimistic for 2021, especially if you locked in even above that $6 price. So here's an enterprise budget that's available from our Ag Econ Extension website. I provide that link to the left. And if you're looking at 80 bushel wheat average at $6 a bushel and 45 bushel soybeans at $10 a bushel, you're looking at returns above variable cost, almost reaching that $300 an acre area. And this is for rented crop ground. So you can see, I'll highlight here really quick for you, this cash rent of $165 an acre. If you owned crop ground, you could just add $165 to that returns above variable cost. So again, if we're looking at double crop wheat and beans for this year, very, very favorable and very optimistic for returns above variable cost this year. So given returns to storage, as I mentioned before, being positive, we conducted some studies early in partnership. And some of you may have seen this before in a previous year's presentation, but given the high prices we are seeing right now in the wheat markets, obviously as prices change, our management strategies may change along with it. So we did a study back in 2018, 2019, looking at planting and harvesting timings. We did that in Princeton, Kentucky, and we had different planting dates for wheat and soybeans. So obviously, if you're planting soybeans earlier, that means you're going to be harvesting later, or you're going to be harvesting wheat earlier than normal. So again, we've got various planting date and wheat harvest combination, as well as looking at storage and drying at 5 cents a bushel point removed. And given this year's prices, we're going to use $10 a bushel for soybeans and $6 a bushel for wheat. And we're going to be looking at dockage for grain moisture test weights and DON. So if you look at a partial budget for these strategies, you can see the combination here. We used October planting of wheat with normal harvest timing, which you can see is around July 1st in the study, as our base. That's why it's zero net returns, and we're comparing all the other strategies to this base. And if we look at October planting and early harvest, you see here we have a net returns of a little bit over $50 an acre, improved profits from harvesting wheat early and therefore planting soybeans earlier and getting this $10 or 10 bushel per acre bump in yields. So again, if you saw this presentation about a year ago, this was roughly $30 an acre. So given where price expectations are going into 2021, this strategy even improves profits even more. So something to think about come May, June timeframe, thinking about harvesting early and getting those beans planted early. Looking at some risk analysis, it looks like this strategy has roughly a 60% chance of paying off, above zero net returns. Expectation for this early harvest and storage and drying. So in summary, wheat prices are favorable going into 2021. Really good profitability, and it's encouraging for our 2021 wheat double crop soybean systems here in the state. Go ahead, use those enterprise budgets. Make sure you understand your cost of production so that you know what price expectation you need to shoot for covering at least variable costs. But it looks like this year, with a sound marketing strategy, there are plenty of opportunities to lock in prices well above those to cover variable cost. So go ahead and get locked in and use a sound marketing strategy to have some good profits this year. In addition, this early wheat harvest and drying is promising management strategies to improve profitability for 2021. Trying to get in there, harvest early if the weather permitting, and get soybeans planted to potentially gain 10 bushels on your soybean crop, double crop soybeans this year. So with that, I appreciate the time. Have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Provide my contact information there as well as my website, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have. Thank you.